Yeah. So all of you, can you able to see this PPT window?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So today I will discuss about dictionaries. So some of the students they already know this that what is dictionary, what it does. So dictionary is nothing but it is a collection of pairs. So how we'll represent each pair? It consists of a key, and associated with that key element should be there. So one pair it consists of a key and associated element. So each pairs have different key. So sometimes if they are having the if they may be having the same key, and sometimes they have different keys. So same key means that examples I will give you later. So why it is a same key, but element it may be different, but key it may be same. So how same key can be used, and the pairs have usually different keys. So what are the different operations we can perform on dictionaries? So first one, get. So this can be used to find the key, particular key. If you want to find it using get operator, you can find the key. Next, put. This put can be used to update the, suppose if you want to update the element or value associated with that particular key, you can do it using put operation. Put can be used to insert key and associated element. So next one is remove. So this remove can be used to remove the particular key. So in an array there are so many keys you assume. So if you want to remove any one of the key from that, you can use this option to remove the key. So dictionary, it is a searchable collection of items. Each item is stored as a key value or key element pair. Each pair it has key and associated value or elements. So multiple items with same keys are allowed in the container. So multiple items having a same key, it can be allowed. So different operations we can perform insertions. So insertion using the put operation, we can use that insertion operation we can perform, and deletion using remove, we can delete the key element, particular key element. And searching using get, we can search the particular key associated with a value or element. So dictionary operations, to determine whether or not a dictionary is empty, whether dictionary is empty or not, we can use this. And to determine the dictionary size, so how many number of pairs it contains. Suppose if you want to know the size of the dictionary, you can determine it, and you can find the pair with specified key and associated element to that particular key. If you want to find it, you can perform the find operations using a dictionary and insert a pair into the dictionary. So what it does is, if you want to insert a pair means it consists of a key associated with that key element is there. So key plus element, we call it as one pair. If you want to insert any pair into the dictionary, you can use it. And delete or erase the pair with specified key. If you are going to remove or delete the key and associated element, you can do it. So different applications. First one is collection of student records in this class. So a key is nothing but a student name. Student name, suppose if we consider it as a key, then corresponding to the student name, associated elements are linear list of assignments and the exam scores. Assignment and exam score. It is a linear list of assignments and a corresponding exam score. It acts as element. Where key is student name. Student name is distinct and score is different for each student. That assignment and score, exam score associated with the student name, we consider it as an element. So here all keys means all students names are distinct in a classroom. Sometimes one or two students name may be same. It is possible, same key, the key may be same but exam scores it may be different. So to get the element whose key is John Adams, so if you want to find out the element associated with the key, that is key is nothing but here we have considered a student name. Student name is suppose John Adams is student name. If you want to know the element associated with this key, you can use get. And if you want to update the element whose key is Diana Rose, so Diana Rose is student name and associated to this key, the element if you want to update or if you want to change or if you want to change the element associated with this key, you can use put. So put implemented as update when there is already a pair with the given key. Next remove. Remove can be used to remove the element. Suppose if you want to remove the element associated with that particular key, you can use this remove option. The different applications is word definition pairs. So one of the application of dictionary is word. Word here, suppose if it acts as a key and particular key that definitions which acts as element. Date. Date is a word which acts as a key and associated with that it gives meaning. Some definition will be there for date. So that acts as element. So that word along with definition it constitutes one pair. And credit card authorization. So here credit card authorization is nothing but that credit name it may act as key and the credit card number it may act as element or values associated with that particular name or key. Next, telephone directory. That is one more applications of dictionary. So here telephone directory is nothing but name and phone number. The name it acts as a key and telephone number, phone number it acts as element or value. Next, library catalog, that author name and title. So that constitutes one pair. Next, file allocation table. That file allocations means the file name and associated with the description of that file. So that may constitute one pair. And symbol tables for compiler, customer records accessed by names. You can access the customer record. Games, spell checkers, peer-to-peer systems that access songs by name. So these are all different applications of dictionary. So dictionary as abstract data type, it is like a priority queue. It contains entries that each have two parts. The first part we call it as keyword or search key. First we need to find out a key, particular key, in order to search the element associated with that particular key. Next, a value associated with the key. So it has two parts. One is key and another one is value or element. So what dictionary does is dictionary organizes and identifies its entries by their search keys rather than by position like list. So rather than finding the position, here what we are doing, we are searching the key first. By searching the key, so associated element to that particular key, in that way we are going to find the key. Keyword enables you to locate the value. Multiple items with the same keys are also allowed. So same keys means date. Date has in dictionary, date may be having different meanings, but date is the same key, but meaning it may be different definitions will be there for each date or key. So multiple items with the same key are allowed. So here we'll see that simple container methods. So the size, what it does in order to determine size of the dictionary. So whether the dictionary is empty or not, to check that condition, we can use this keyword. And next, elements. In order to read the all the elements of the dictionary, we can use this keyword. Next, here you can see the query method. Query find element key. Suppose if the dictionary has an entry with key k, it returns it, else it returns nulls. It returns that particular key, and associated with that key, that value it returns. Otherwise, it returns null. Find, we need to find the element associated with that particular key. Next, entries. It gives all the, it returns all the entries in the dictionary can be read using this keyword. Next, suppose if whatever the key you are going to find it, if it is not available, for no such key, returned by an unsuccessful search. If you want to, if you want to check the key whether it is there or not in an array, if that particular key, if it is not there, then it will return by an unsuccessful search. So no such key. So update method. So how do you update it? First, insert item. So we can insert the element or value associated with that particular key k. So you can use this keyword. Next, remove element. So this can be used to remove the element associated with that particular key in a dictionary. Next, remove all elements. So this can be used to remove all the elements associated with that particular key. We already know that key, multiple keys may be possible. Multiple key with the same values are possible. Whatever the elements associated with that particular key, all the elements, if you want to remove it, then you can use this keyword to remove all the elements associated with that particular key. Next, this is the abstract data type. Here, collection of pair with the distinct case operations, that empty. So what it is, it returns true if the dictionary is empty. Size, it returns the number of pairs in the dictionary. If you want to know the how many pairs is present in the dictionary, we can use size. Next, the find. Find can be used to return the pair with key k. With key k, if you want to return the pair, if you want to know the pair with particular key k, we can use this. Next, insert. So this insert can be used to insert the pair p into the dictionary. If you want to insert or include into the dictionary, include a pair into the dictionary, we can use this keyword. Next keyword is erase. Erase key. So what it does, it will delete or remove the pair associated with that particular key k. So dictionary, abstract data types, in that we already discussed this one. Find k means if the dictionary has an item with key k, it returns the position of this item, else it returns a null. So position of the item is nothing but it can be denoted as f of k. So that it returns the position of that item. Otherwise, if it is not there, it will return a null. So insert item, we have understood this one, and remove item, size is empty. So number of keys are present in the dictionary if you want to know. So you can use this keyword, and in order to know the elements in a dictionary. If you want to read all the elements in a dictionary, you can use this keyword. This is one application of dictionary, a, a directory of telephone numbers. So you can see the name, if it is acts as a key associated with this name, the string it is associated with that particular key element. So this is the abstract class dictionary. We are using the class K and class E, a generic template. So next we'll use this conditions, the boolean empty. It will return true if the dictionary is empty. Our next statement you can see it returns the number of pairs in the dictionary. So size of the dictionary if you want to know, so you can know with this keyword. Next it will return the pointer to matching pair. It will tell you the position of the key. If key is matching whatever the key you have given to find, if it is matching with that, it will return the pointer to matching pair. So if you want to delete the element associated with that particular key k ampersand is there, the address of that key. So it can be used to remove the matching pair. Next, if you want to insert a key associated with that key element, if you want to insert it, you can insert a key and associated with key value or element pair into the dictionary. So next, dictionary with duplicates. We'll see the dictionary with duplicates. Keys are not required to be distinct. Example, word dictionary. You need to understand keys are not required to be distinct. Same keys, but different elements or different values may be there, but same keys you may use. Example, word dictionary. Where in the word dictionary, pairs are of the form a word is there, and word here it acts as a key, and meaning or definition of that word it acts as element or value. Here it may have two or more entries. For the same word it may have two or more definitions or meanings. Suppose bolt. In one of the dictionary, the bolt is the name of that definition of bolt is a threaded pin. So another definition of bolt is a crash of thunder. So another definition of this bolt is to shoot forth suddenly. And another definition of this is, or meaning of bolt is a gulp. Another definition of bolt, a standard roll of cloth. So here you can see the bolt. Bolt is same, means bolt is nothing but here key. Keys are same. It is not distinct, but the meaning is different. Means for the same key, the values or elements are different. So we call it as dictionary with duplicates. So here to find all k algorithm. So this is the algorithm. So this algorithm can be used to find the same key and associated to that key elements or object. If you want to find it, initially create an initial empty list L. So this is an array, a one-dimensional array. It has both key and object. Each box it has key and associated key. Object is present. So now you insert a key values and associated with that key value element or value you need to insert it. Index wise, 0 index, 1 index, second and the third index. So you load the key values and object. Next, this is the algorithm. You have used the while loop in order to check the key is 45. Suppose the 45 wherever it is present in that particular array, so you want to display it, then you can use this algorithm in order to check whether the same key is present or not. If the same key is present, then it will return its value or element. otherwise it will exit from the loop. So 45 is in index 0, key is 45. I wanted to find all the elements with this key. So 45 corresponding to that element is cat. Next 77, no, it is not matching with 45. Next it will go, next it will check, yeah, 45 is present, the same key. The associated with this key, the element is dog. Here keys are same, but values or elements are different. So these are all three exercises. So you just go through all the three questions. First one is look in a word dictionary and find a word other than a date for which there are multiple entries. Try to find a word that has more than 3 entries. So date or bolt, other than that, you find some word. The key should be same, but values or elements should be different. So next, second one, give 3 real word applications of dictionary and dictionaries with duplicates. Do not repeat the ones given in this section, and explain which dictionary operations are used in each of your applications. So you can give the 3 real word applications of dictionary. This one you can give it. Next, third one is give an application of a dictionary or dictionary with duplicates in which sequential access is desired. You think in that directions and you answer for all the 3 questions. Next, represent as a linear list. Here, a dictionary may be maintained as an order linear list. Example, suppose this is the linear list. It consists of elements E0, comma E1, comma E2, comma E3, comma up to En minus 1. Here each ei, so here E0 it is one pair, E1 it is one pair, E2 it is one pair, similarly E3 is one pair up to En minus 1. So each element, each ei, it constitutes one pair. It consists of both key and element. So suppose example 5 pair dictionary, we can denote it as D, which is equal to A, B, C, D, E. A is one pair, B is another pair, C is one pair, D is one pair, E. So each one is having a key, and associated with that key element is present. So we call this one as 5 pair dictionary. Example, A is equal to A key, you can denote it as A key comma A element. Similarly B key comma B element. To facilitate this representation, we may define 2 classes. One is a sorted array list and sorted chain. So we have already discussed this array representations. It is similar to this, but sorted array list is nothing but we are going to arrange the elements either in ascending order or descending order. So whatever ways you want to sort it, you can do it in array representation. And sorted chain is nothing but it is similar to linked list representations. We have already discussed the linked list representations. So each node is having a data field and address field. Here in sorted chain, data field, it is loaded with key element, key values, and key. Key is present in the data field, and in the address field, elements or value associated with that key is present in the address field in each node. So here there are 3 array-based implementation will be there in array of entry object. In first one, so each box it is represented with one pair. So each pair it has one key and value. So second one is the one array it stores keys, and one more array it stores values. So we call it as parallel arrays of search and keys, search keys and values. So here you can see 2-dimensional array of search keys and values can be represented in this way. It consists of search key and associated with that value is present. So here in the array representations, so this can be used to find the key. Suppose if you want to find a key B, so associated with this key B element is present. If you want to access it, you can use the keyword get. Next, the operations happens in big O of size. Size is not the size of the array. It takes this much of time to perform the operation. Next, put means suppose if you want to put the key and associated element into the dictionary, you can use the keyword put, and it takes big O of size time to verify duplicate, whether duplicate key is present or not, and big O of 1 to add at right end. So to perform this operations, it will take a constant type big O of 1. Suppose if you want to remove the key, it takes big O of size of the array. This much of time it takes to remove the or delete the key. The sorted array based dictionary. In the sorted array based dictionary here, suppose if you want to add the entry, suppose if you want to add the pair, add the pair in required position. So how you will do it? First, what you need to do is search from beginning to find correct position for new entry. First, we need to search from the beginning. So where I can allocate this pair. Then after locating the correct position, suppose if you want to allocate this in the index 0, 1, 2, in the index 2, if you want to load it, then shift subsequent array elements in order indicated. We need to substitute, we need to shift the array elements in this order, we need to shift it. So whatever the pair it was present here, it will be shifted to the next box. Similarly, it will be shifted next and next. So then you can insert, complete the insertion. Then you can insert this one at index 2. You can insert the pair. This is called sorted array based dictionary. Uh, Next one is elements are in ascending order of key. Suppose that student name and address. Suppose in college admission, name will be there, address will be there. Name it will be considered as a key, and address will be considered as a value associated with that name or key. Suppose if you want to arrange that one in alphabetical order, in alphabetical order you can arrange it. Suppose some keys are there or some values are there, or score, student name and particular score will be there. So exam score, if you want to arrange it in ascending order of key, suppose here key acts as a score, and student name acts as a value or elements. If you consider in that way, if you want to arrange according to the score in the ascending order, you can arrange it. So already know this one, it takes big O of block size time. So just to go through it. Next, the example, given an array of strings, print them in alphabetical order. If there are duplicates in input array, we need to print them only once. Examples input is ABC, XY, BCD. So we need to arrange this one in alphabetical order. So ABC it will come first, next BCD it will come, next XY. So using sorted in sorted array, we can arrange this one in alphabetical order. So one more example is input. So here you can see that different words is there. If you want to arrange these words in alphabetical order, the output A, B can, A is a first alphabet. So first it will appear A, next B, next C, CA, it will come first before CO. Next data, file, for geeks in learn portal, science tip, Zoom. So you can arrange so these different words in alphabetical order in the case of sorted array. So next one, it will be sorted chain. In the sorted chain, each node it has key, and associated to that key element or value is present. So here you can see A, B, C, D, E are keys or distinct keys, and associated to distinct keys some elements or values are present. So this one consider first node and this one consider last node. So we can arrange the elements in ascending order of key. If you want to arrange it, we can arrange it. So we can use that different keyword, and how much time it takes to perform that particular operations. Just you go through it. If you want to remove it, you can remove the key. So next one is find method of the class sorted chain. In the case of sorted chain, if you want to find a particular key and associated with that key element, if you want to read it, then you can use this algorithm. So here, so the class K and class C are generic templates is there. So what it does is initially you need to initialize to find out the k element, and associated with that k element, k key associated with that value. If you want to read it, you can use this algorithm. First what we'll do is, first we'll point to the first node. We'll check whether current node is equal to first node, then we'll search for match with the key. If current node is not equal to null, means current node is not reached the last node, then you need to check whether that node in that element, whether it is associated with that key or not. If it is not associated, then current node it should point to the next node. So next we need to match it. If current node is not equal to null, it has not reached the last node, logical AND operation you need to use. Next you need to determine whether the current node key is associated with the key which one you are going to find it. If it is yes, then it is found match. Then it will return the value or element associated with that key. If no match, if it is not matching, it will return null. So this is the linked list implementations. So same thing, whatever we will discuss about the linked list, but here each node it contains the key and value. It is a use of chain in linked nodes. Here parallel chains, and this is a use of chain node that each reference a search key and its value. If this is the key, search key, and its value is present somewhere else. So next class we will discuss about hash table representation. So before Monday, you need to submit the assignments. So already assignment is given. So how much it is possible? So those many questions you attend it, you answer for those questions, and submit the assignments. The two assignment 1 and assignment 2. You
Okay,
consider
sir.
two assignments. You should be uploaded. It should be uploaded in Edmodo. Okay, and next hash tables and hash function we'll discuss later. So what is hashing? So what is hash table and what is hash function? So those things we'll discuss next class.